I started off, with a very small studio on the Lower East Side. It was $75, no heat, and I had an extension cord from the studio next door. And I had a potbelly stove. And I started to make objects again in order to make ends meet. Tiffany's, I met the people who did Tiffany's windows. And I had never made a fountain, but I found these steel metal shelves that were used in commercial storage closets. And I found them on the street and objects, and I bent them and whatnot, and I began to make fountains out of that stuff. But the water, so I ventured into making fountains out of copper. And it kept growing and growing. When I do large sculptures outside, they're usually stainless steel. Stainless steel is very strong and very rigid and very structural. So now you have a shape you like. Now that shape, we have to begin to turn and twist to make it three-dimensional. Once we have that and we want to make a voluminous sculpture, when a sculptor makes a drawing is very different from a painter or a draftsman. I've always made drawings, and I make them after I've made a sculpture, before and during, because I'm trying to figure out how to make the connections. When a shape is very soft and flowing, you don't want to put a hard color on a scratched surface, because they're all minute mounds and valleys, which are basically tiny little prisms that reflect the light. So there's the tiniest little bit of light, stainless steel will be visible. The yellow becomes different or dictates to have some more of another color. So it is basically creativity as process. The state of Nebraska, in order to celebrate the American bicentennial in 1976, they put out a request from artists around the world to create a sculpture. This sculpture was 3 sections that were very carefully interwoven when we put them together and erected. It all came together. 10 minutes before the installation announcement, everyone was waiting, and here came a helicopter with the governor in it. A marker for the people when they were on the Hudson River. How do you find the exact entrance to a marina? I thought of the idea of what is used in the marine world. In the marine world you have a lot of waves, and waves is made from circles. So when you drop a rock in the water, you get concentric circles. If you do a cross-section of the concentric circles, you actually get a wave. I thought it was nice to just use those 2 elements into a sculpture, to combine them, and that's why the word circles and waves came about. Basically, all these pieces were welded together on the site. Who is Kevin Miller, and you'll see him working with me. He knows how to do that. He really loves to see my ideas realized. The sculptures I've been working on for the last 6 or 7 years are called menhir, M-E-N-H-I-R. And what I can do, I can stack them, and sometimes I can cantilever one out, very far out, and ordinarily it would fall, but because of the technique of welding, I can do it. So I can make rather provocative sculptures in this menhir series, influenced directly by this natural phenomena.